Hello everyone, and welcome to the unboxing for October. So I'm so excited that you guys have these items because we're going to need them. We're going to need some centering, we're going to need some reminders, we're going to need some aligning, we're going to need all of those pieces. So this was a month that, I spend a lot of time meditating on what goes in each one of the bags, but this month I did a few special things to sort of help keep us nice and centered. So with no further ado, we're going to start talking about that new moon. What you're going to need on the new moon, which is going to be roughly the 6th. I say roughly because you may feel like I'm doing really good on this moon. I don't really need anything, but then the next day you feel a lot rolling in. I want you to trust your intuition. So anywhere really between the 5th until the 8th is going to sort of seem like prime time for some of this energy to come forward. So for Libra, which is going to be this new moon period, it's on the 6th. You're going to pay attention to utilizing especially your gemstones on that day, your amazing tea, as well as burning your sage. However, quick side note on your gemstones for this month. So some of you received a Hilitchi stone, some of you received a Fluorite stone. Both of those stones work as far as your 4th center goes, but I chose them intuitively based on what type of clearing you might need. Some of you needed more clearing in the masculine, some of you needed more clearing in the feminine, so that decided which stone that you received. This is going to be a little bit different of a month. So for me, I'm going to be carrying both my gemstones for the entire month rather than just the full moon gemstone on the full moon time period and the new moon on the new moon time period. I'm really going to have both of them on me at all times. Trust your intuition whether you need both of them on the same side or if you need to separate them out. Totally up to you. However, continuing forward, whichever stone that you have, you place that stone on whatever side you're drawn to anchor in this energy and allow that heart chakra to open. You guys also know that you've got your 4th chakra tea. Neither of the teas this month have any kind of caffeine in them, so you should do well having them any time of day without any concerns. We also have for that 4th chakra an amazing body wash, and this body wash smells fantastic. Not only does it have some really amazing things like rose and grapefruit in them, it is absolutely so smooth on the skin. So I am in love with this, and it's going to be very grounding for that 4th energy center during that new moon period. We also have our sage. I love sage. Sage is like the depiction of the divine feminine. It is literally like this clearing that takes place deep within the earth that allows us to balance and stay nice and clear throughout the entire time. So you're going to want to burn this the night of the new moon or any time within that period. Okay, and then we're going to move on to the full moon before we go into our specialty items for this month. So 5th chakra tea. Now there's a reason I did the 5th chakra tea. This really is related to Mercury and the energy of Mercury. So we have Mercury in the background this entire time, and it's going to be culminating around that full moon period. So not only did I want to balance your 3rd, which is a big energy center throughout this month, I also wanted to give a little bit of a nudge to that 5th chakra. Some of you may have just received the 3rd chakra tea. That means that intuitively you did not need any balancing within the 5th center, but those of you who did receive the 5th chakra tea, that means you need a little extra push. So brew this tea up the evening of the 20th when everything starts to really go back into center as far as it goes with Mercury. We'll be just a little bit out of that Mercury time period finally. This will help to center everything and push you through to the next step. Those of you who did get the 3rd chakra tea, then that's perfect. Just brew that up on the full moon period. That's what you need, a little bit more of that solar plexus energy for you. So we also have our amazing tiger's eye stone. I did rough cut because it is such a time when we are going to need that rough energy and that really grounding energy. So consider when we got that Aries, that strong, just malefic, aggressive energy coming in, we definitely needed a stone that was going to complement that. So I went with a rough cut tiger's eye for this month for all of you, and both stones were actually washed in the water in the Pisgah National Forest. So that forest holds such a high vibration. It is up in the mountains. It is so pure. And I was incredibly drawn to just dipping these in the water and just allowing the energy to flow through. So that was important too, to add some extra grounding and some extra flow and light to all of us. So fun little tidbit about where the beautiful journey of your gemstones were this month. Okay. Then we also have our Palo Santo. Again, Palo Santo as masculine clearing of a clearing item that you can receive. So this is what you want to burn the night around the full moon, which is the 20th. But if you're drawn to doing it anywhere from the 19th to the 22nd, go for it. Remember, with that coupling of that Orion energy that we're going to have, we're going to need a little extra oomph. So you might not be drawn to burning this at its particular time. It might be a day or so later when that hits and you're just like, oh my gosh, or a day or so earlier where you're like, I've got to center these things out. Also, you guys received every month your beautiful mantra cards. So this is your theme throughout the month to center yourself to read, to just allow yourself to connect with and just let that flow through. Super important. And your specialty gifts for this month, actually, this aromatherapy was also meant to be used throughout the month. The aromatherapies that you all received were related to something that was going to be great for your immune system or great for your breathing. We're headed into a time period where some of us are stuck indoors, and that can bring up a lot of different things with our immune system. So I wanted to give you guys an extra push to keep your immune system nice and strong. So we moved a little bit away from our normal aromatherapy that we do with the AstroloAroma. And I went with something that was just going to be purely for the immune system. And then your amazing bracelets. These bracelets hold any essential oil that you would like. They're a lava stone, they are grounding, they are very centering for your system, and we really are going to need that the next few months. So I wanted to give you something that you could wear on a regular basis, and you can change out the aromatherapy as we switch them through month to month. Okay, so that completes our items for the month. I hope you enjoy them, and if you have any questions on them, let me know. We've got this. We're doing amazing. And I'm so grateful to all of you for taking the time out to connect with that soul inside. And more than anything, show yourself the self-love that's going to help you move through each month seamlessly. I'm here if you need anything. Comment in the notes if you have any questions. And I love you guys to pieces. I'll see you next month.